Metafide calling in today for a live supercharged event as we are here playing our 1-minute BTC prediction game. And wow, the market is really taking a turn. We were sitting around the $77,000 range, and now we're back down to $72,000 out of nowhere. Seems like there's a lot of dumping out there in the market. People were scared. Not really sure what went on, but Yeti, how you doing? Got any opinions on what's going on out there?
Oh man, I don't know. It feels like a shakeout. Like, yeah, it's hard to know why it would be happening. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with the shakeout as well. I think summer's coming up. Bitcoin usually does well in the summer. Some type of asset does good. People have been acquiring it a lot, investing into Michael Saylor's product and other things like that. And so, before it can move up, it's got to go down a little bit again. So I think it's just, a little panic, but nothing too crazy. I don't really see what actually caused it. It's not like there's any major events out there, but, people want to talk and make rumors and everything else. So that's all right. But interesting news out there. So I know Polymarkets is going to be giving out their beta access soon to do perps. So I'm wondering how they're going to make that work with such high fees. But, whatever, I guess. We'll see what they end up doing with that. If it's maybe shorter term. It looks like they're going to be using their perpetual line again. So trading perps off of an inaccurate graph, I think, will be a little hard. But,
Hang on, what?
They're doing like that same thing how the games look with that perpetual line that like kind of just goes all the time. And it's kind of smoothed out and curved.
Right. This is Polymarket.
This is Polymarket.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, I usually like to trade candles and know where your entry and exit is.
Yeah.
But to each their own, I guess. So yeah, I know Polymarkets is now in the narc business as well. They proudly announced that they had put away. They've hit 2 out of 2 arrests in the industry, resulting in criminal investigations for insider trading. And it looks like it was maybe this guy, Alpha Raccoon, who had 100% hit rate on Google Trend Markets. So I don't know. I think that's what people were expecting. It was him. So, I guess don't hit them all. Or else they're going to come after you. But Polymarkets is proud about that. I know they had a lot of beef on the internet the other day because they're mentioning a new product where you would have to KYC. And someone went out there and said, Polymarkets is going to KYC for all these products. And they were like, hey, that's not true. So there was a lot of internet beef about whether they're going to KYC for stuff or whether it's something more specific or not. And the community wasn't too happy to hear about any type of KYC. So interesting to see.
Yeah.
I think read something about Solana. They're doing their ecosystem call today, and they said it's bobbery. I don't really know what bobbery means. Sounds pretty freaking stupid to me. Just another insider terminology to keep the rest of the mainstream out. Really good job, Solana.
I don't even understand what you mean.
Solana has an ecosystem call today, and their headline is "It's a bobbery." I don't know.
As in barbaric, like
Bob, who do you call? What do you call a guy who floats in water with no arms and no legs?
Bob.
Bob. I don't know, man. It's again more insider terminology from the cool kids, who wear swagged out pants and wear cool necklaces and chains and
Motherfuckers.
I guess you're too cool not to know what bobbery is, Yeti. How do you not know? Man, you must be living underneath a rock over there or something, Yeah, dude, it's all the rage, dude, bobbing out, So, that's some more fun from the crypto bros out there. Let's see. Again, Bitcoin's been a little bit down. That's whatever. We'll recover. It's not the worst. Can't always go up, guys. We need something. We need a healthy market. We don't need these over leveraged markets and people reacting every second something happens, taking money in or out. Just if you believe in it, just let it be. Have a long-term thesis onto it. So yeah, let's see. I think that's really it for crypto right now. Again,
That's it for crypto. It's done.
yeah, some guys, Michael Saylor's telling everyone just to hodl. So listen to Michael Saylor and just hodl. I'm kind of done with this hodl hodl thing. Just like, I get it. It's cool. It's good to hold your Bitcoin. But I remember back in the days, the abusiveness of hodl. You'd be in a Discord and you'd be trading some shit coin. And everyone would be like, dude, if you don't have diamond hands and if you don't hodl, you're such a bitch, bro. Blah, blah, blah. You better hodl. Everyone better hodl. Fuck you for not hodling. And then it's bam, market liquidated. It's you fucking are an idiot for hodling that bag,
Yeah.
You're bro, how'd you not get out, though? We all got out. You're like, what? Fuck you. The scammers fucking love that shit. So I've never been a fan of the hodl. I think investment thesis, long-term thesis, dollar cost average, buy something you believe in that has a future, and that's it. Don't fucking listen to these idiots telling you to hodl. Hodl these balls. Oh yeah, dude. Fun stuff today, yo. I guess the U.S. Treasury officially launches the Trump Accounts app. Don't really know what that is, but let's find out. Trump Accounts app. Trump's like, Claude, build me the best application you have ever seen in your life. Make it magnificent, big, and beautiful. All right, so let's see what it is. So the Trump Accounts app is an official U.S. Treasury Department application used to monitor and manage government-backed tax advantage investment accounts for children. The app
What?
Yeah. Hey, adults, you've already given me all your money, and all you dumbass millennials have given all me your money through Trump Coin, Melania Coin, and World Liberty Financial, so we're going to come for your kids' accounts.
What the hell?
So
I have been to Epstein Island, but I will open some children's accounts for you if you.
I guess it wasn't enough to fuck the kids, but you had to fuck them out of their futures too.
Yeah.
So Jesus, this is getting bad today.
All
right, guys, hold
on.
Hold on to your pants today. All right, so the app features include account management. It allows parents and guardians to track investments and view portfolio performance. So the funds are typically invested in broad U.S. equity index funds. Financial literacy includes education models to teach families about savings and investing. Fund contributions. Users can view deposits and manage contributions. How the program works. $1,000 seed money. The federal government deposits $1,000 into eligible accounts for children born between 2025 and 2028. So they're not even financially
it's a baby
literate.
Bonus.
Yeah, they're not even literate yet, but get your deposits in there, guys. So contributions, parents, grandparents. That's a good one to hit on. The grandparents are easy pickings, getting the grandparents in there. So parents, grandparents, and authorized individuals contribute up to $5,000 per year. Withdrawals. The funds are locked and cannot be withdrawn until the child turns 18. Oh,
Why are they capping the amount that someone can put in there? I don't understand that.
Because it's a tax advantage. Similar to like Roth IRAs have a tax advantage, but it's capped at $7,000 a year.
Right.
But if you want to get some liquidity out of the kids and make sure they can't touch you for 18 years, buy these T-bills probably with an 18-year maturity date on them.
Oh, but the only people doing that will be like people that want to, like, tax will be the only reason people do that, right? It'll just be like rich people stubborn paying a bit more tax.
Yeah.
But the fact that, you know, parents get to peep on kids, that's pretty Trump. That's fitting with what his ethos, probably.
Mm-hmm. Get your grandparents, get them to put their inheritance in there for you. You know, 18 years locked up. I don't know. I think there might be better ways to manage money over a period of 18 years. Yeah. Unless you're getting some serious interest, then why don't you just open up your own kid's Roth IRA? You could do the exact same thing.
Because this is another $5,000 you can put in.
No, but you get an extra $1,000. Yeah, but I guess if you have both, it's not bad. It's we're jumpstarting the American dream over here. If you rub two shiny pennies together, you could turn it into a quarter. Whatever, it's not the worst thing. You know, I like some of that stuff. I do think it's important for some people to learn this, and if you couldn't make it simple enough, and also like you don't really want the parents having access to it, because like if they put enough money, then things go bad, then they end up like taking that money out. You know, it's like the classic dad who goes on down to the casino, like, I'm going to win big today. I got little Johnny's college fund over here. We're going to double it up, and I'm not going to really have to pay for school then because we're going to make so much money. The next thing you know, Johnny's going to freaking, you know, St. Stephen's Community College for the disabled children. So, yeah. Good one out there, guys. But yeah, I think that's, again, not too much crazy stuff going on in crypto. Michael Saylor wants you to hodl. I'm against hodling. I think we got something going out with Dojo S today. I'm pretty sure Dojo S is going to launch the next campaign. I think there's quest number 2 is coming out for the Doge heist. And we're going to have our Discord link up there and maybe a few other social links. So when that does come out, you guys get yourself in there, have a fun time, come talk in the Discord, chat our ear off, you know, drop your hellos, and we'll be happy to welcome you guys in. We got some exciting stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks. So appreciate you guys if you guys come in. So let's see. Crypto. I think Hyperliquid has continued to do really good. Hyperliquid's been killing it out there, which is pretty nice. Always love to see that. Pretty smart tokenomics, pretty good team. You know, not too big of a team, which is good as well.
I mean, tiny team for what they've done. Tiny team. They reckon they got 11. So I remember reading this thing. So the most profitable company per employee on Earth, and it was like 11 employees for like over $1 billion profit. So every employee had earned earned them over $100 million.
Oh yeah, I saw there's some weird stuff going on in New York City. So like these people are abusing like some law back from like 1958, which is like a finder's law where you could like claim a title of something if you were to like find some type of like lost property. And there's someone who's like basically trying to declare ownership of like a Bitcoin wallet that I think has um like $286 billion in it. It's like a dormant wallet, and they're trying to invoke some law, like be like, I should be able to claim ownership of this wallet. It's been lost property for a period of time, and it's like, yeah, bro, like cool. Fucking, you can go tell everyone you own $258 billion of Bitcoin, but you have no fucking access to it because you don't have the private keys.
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
But I should be able to say that it's mine.
Yeah, he wants to go out to the club, tell all the girls, hey, I got $258 billion of Bitcoin in this wallet. I claimed ownership of it. I staked my little flag in it. And oh, can you buy me something? Well, girl, I could take you to McDonald's. We could just look at all this Bitcoin and yeah. I don't want to say what I was gonna say next. But yeah. Fucking idiots, man. Fun stuff, dude. Tired of all these fucking people out here. Like, let's just do really stupid stuff and let's just have fun with it. Like, let's live in a fantasy world where we have $258 billion and can't even pay your rent or mortgage. So, nice job. I hope he's a lawyer. I hope he's not actually paying a freaking lawyer to do something like that. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Maybe he doesn't even know how Bitcoin works. And he's like, listen, I'm going to call the Bitcoin company. And they're going to give me
they'll sort it out.
Yeah.
And what's his reason for claiming? What's his claim to claiming it? Does he say?
Yeah, well, because it's lost property. Let's see.
And he doesn't have the private keys. You sure about that?
Yeah. It's some random guy just saying this. He's using this thing called the Noah Doe lawsuit, or it's called the Noah Doe lawsuit.
I guess if you ever thought there was a chance for dormant wallets to get for not be able to get upgraded for when like quantum computing cracks it, then there's a reason.
Yeah, except I'm just gonna crack that thing first before he can. Oh no, they stole my Bitcoin.
Yeah, but then he'll have like some, there's always it's rare, but there is a chance of getting it back then.
Yeah. It's pretty dumb. Whatever, It's a waste of money, I think. Oh, I love a little something. This is pretty funny. So Mayor Zohan Mamdani has announced this morning COGE, COGE, the Commission on Government Efficiency. The commission will find ways for our city to work smarter, faster, and more efficiently for working people. New Yorkers deserve a city government as careful with their money as they are. COGE. Yeah, COGE.
You're right.
Fucking stupid. That guy is a freaking idiot.
Okay. I don't mind what I've heard about. I don't mind what I've heard
dude,
about.
He's a freaking liar and an idiot. Yeah. Said he was going to tax all these billionaires. Doesn't have the right to actually tax all these billionaires. It's usually decided by the state. not the mayor of New York City. And he drove financial institutions outside of New York City, which could potentially cost them more in revenue than they would be like pulling in through like these other plans. Like basically like Ken Griffin.
How did he drive them out?
So Ken Griffin from Citadel, he's prominent there, building a lot of buildings. So he said, "Oh, I'm going to come after and tax all of you guys and, tax your buildings, tax your second properties. I'm going to tax your employees who are making money." And he said, "Fine." He's like, "Miami's been super welcoming to me. I'm going to take 6,500 people down to Miami. And I think it's going to cost them $425 million a year in lost taxes now." And he's one of the trendsetters in finance.
You can't have both those. You can't say both those things, that he's not taxing billionaires and that he's taxing billionaires instead of moving away.
Well, he can't directly tax like their income in a way. Like he has other ways to like tax them and make their like lives harder and stuff like that. But basically he wanted to try to like increase some taxes and, probably make their lives harder. Maybe it's on bonuses, maybe it's on other things that they do have some jurisdiction on. And all those guys are like, "We're moving out. We don't care. Like, we don't need to have a giant headquarters here."
Yeah, but I mean, so you just said two things that were entirely opposite. I mean, one is that he's not doing it, one is that he's doing it and that's a problem he's doing it.
Yeah. Let's see.
And I feel like that's a lot of the stuff I've heard about him is this kind of duel. It seems like there's like people just want to hate it rather than like it's a thing.
Yeah, so like he can't actually do these taxes though because there's structural limitations with key tax powers. So
but then why are people moving? But I mean, then why are people moving away?
Because you can do stuff like property. So you can like tax basically like their second homes and stuff like that. And
but that makes sense to do, right? I mean, you want to tax people's second term, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like it's like that's how you end up with a government that can afford to pay for healthcare.
Yeah. But the problem is, so he made like an aggressive campaign video, which was went viral, and he was like outside of their office being like, "I'm gonna tax billionaires in their penthouses," and he basically like promoted the Citadel the owner of Citadel, his penthouse, and like made like a whole drone shot of it and everything else like that. And he's like, "I'm coming after you guys," and the guy was like, "Well, if you're gonna try to come after us, I'm gonna leave," and he's like, "And I'm gonna take like $425 million of what you guys get in taxes every year out of the city." And so like basically they want to do like the PETA tear tax, which is basically like, non-primary residents in New York. They have properties valued over like 1 million. They'll be like taxed on it. And then the New York state had openly rejected the broader income tax increases on top earners. So he tried, but he doesn't actually like have the power. And so he just made like a whole big publicity thing to come after them. And then one day he goes, "Oh, we fixed the tax budget," right? Let's see. And I want to find out the exact number. So he one day goes, "Oh, we fixed the tax budget in New York, guys. It's amazing, right?" And he's like, we don't have a problem anymore," which was not true at all. So basically his administration reached out to the governor of New York and secured an additional $4 billion in state aid and financial authorizations. The state has helped close a $12 billion deficit without requiring property tax hikes. So he basically asked the state to bail him out, which really pisses everyone off in New York because the majority of the state is red. And then the small minority in New York City, which is not like a small minority, it's a lot of freaking people, is blue. But like a lot of the people are farmers and different things like that in New York. And now the people outside the city are basically paying their taxes to New York City to bail them out. So he never actually had the money or the right plan. And then he basically took from all these farmers and other good people in New York who are already crushed on taxes, and now they're bailing them out, which is totally unfair. I don't agree with that type of stuff at all. I think like if you're going to do a tax plan, you got to figure it out within your own city. You can't come to the surrounding area where people are already depressed. It's not like there's a ton of wealth in these surrounding areas. Like as soon as you leave the suburbs of New York, it's like freaking heroin, methamphetamine towns. It's like, you know, one gas station, a bunch of open fields, and like people can't sell their house. The houses are deteriorating. They have massive problems. And like the farmers keep dropping off year after year. And New York is known for being a giant farming state. And these people literally can't afford it anymore. It's like, it's not good for the food quality around here. It pushes more corporates to come in and buy up all these farms. And it's like, it's very predatory because these people have already been crushed for years. They don't have nice things and a lot of money to be able to afford this stuff. And the people in the city have some really nice things. Like, it's like, come on, like, I don't really agree that people are exactly starving. You know, it's like, yeah, there's some people who are like, could maybe get some more benefits, but at the same time, like, they have an iPhone, you know, they're getting their nails done, you know, they have enough like EBT to basically get food every single month and stuff like that. They're buying alcohol, you know, they're going out there, they're buying cigarettes, they're partying and things like that. Like, it's like, okay, like, come on, like, you're going to depress the rest of the state to go and help the people in the city. Like, you can't figure it out for yourself. Like, that's not right either. And I do think, yeah, like New York needs better programs for the homeless, better programs for the mentally ill. There's so many mentally ill people just walking around on the streets right now. They don't have like the proper care for them and facilities to hold them in. They don't have the proper care for veterans in New York, you know. And again, like they do have a housing crisis because too many people have bought like properties over there and then they decide not to like do anything with the property so they could just basically raise the value of the property. And yeah, that happens. And I do think you need to figure out something better with that. But at the same time, like it's not right to take from people who can't really afford it either. So it's an interesting thing. So I don't really support him in that because it's just like, dude, like I would hope that you figure out something of your own instead of coming to people who like, again, they can't afford this to happen to them. You know, it's
I mean, people can afford to get their second house taxed. That's
yeah, they can afford that. Like, and I have nothing, I'm not against something like that because I do think like the way property works is like you have all these foreign investments in New York who use it as a tax, like as an investment haven where they'll basically like buy up a bunch of properties in a block. You know, the rent would be so high for those properties. They refuse to rent them. They continue to raise like the value of that space and then they push out other buildings and then they end up buying up those buildings and raising the value. And then they sit on these empty buildings for years. And I think that's wrong. So I agree with that. And that's a major problem that needs to be solved. But at the same time, like, again, don't steal from people who can't afford it either, you know? It's like, it doesn't make it better. Now you just hurt a lot of other people. It's like, actually, like, if you want to tax billionaires, like, stick to your guns and actually tax the billionaires. You don't do a last-minute switcheroonie and then come after the people again who can't afford it. Like, it's a little ridiculous, man. Like, I don't really like that. But, you know, it's whatever. They're going to keep doing stuff like that. And I think it's funny, you know, he's calling Code, you know, whether that's a mockery, of course, of Doge and Trump and stuff like that. Like, let's see what they actually do with that organization and if it does what they say it does. But I was a fan of Doge in the beginning. You know, I think they went out there and tried to fix some of the things in the government, and they have, you know, they had found some fraud and other things like that. But when they tried to like cut budgets and other things, they definitely got a lot of, you know, red tape around it. But I also do think those guys are getting paid too much. Like, I heard about a few of their salaries and things like that. And they're definitely making more than a bunch of the other government workers.
At
So,
Coge.
at Doge before, which is like the
Doge
Department
was
of
a
Government
fucking
Efficiency.
disaster. As like when I looked into it, it was
Yeah.
like they cut almost nothing. That was like
Yeah,
they
they
cut
didn't really
stuff
cut
to
anything.
like services that were like firing staff and stuff. But like that's not. Yeah.
Yeah, good idea, but wrong execution.
Great name.
You know?
Great name.
Yeah.
But
great name. But man, we got to figure something out over here, dude. Because now it's just like, okay, you didn't really tax the billionaires, and now you're just taking from people who can afford it. Like, that's, again, fucked up. Like, stick to your freaking guns and figure out an actual plan instead of folding at the first second that someone says, no, maybe you shouldn't do this.
I don't know. I still don't think that's what he's done.
That's what he has done, though. He literally did took a bailout from the state instead of actually doing anything in his own jurisdiction.
What do you mean he took a bailout from the state?
So he literally took and secured $4 billion in state aid and financial authorizations to basically close their $12 billion deficit without requiring property tax hike. So he never hiked property tax. He never taxed the billionaires. He just took money from the rest of the state in a bailout.
Yeah, is that like, that's probably not policy, right? Though that's like, and if you can't get, if you need to get the money through, like, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem, still doesn't seem that bad to me.
But it hurts these small farmers and these other people who literally have nothing in New York. They cannot leave. Their taxes continue to go up, and they are honestly getting absolutely crushed. Like, if you go to these towns and go an hour and a half, 2 hours outside New York City, there's nothing there. They're just empty towns, and the people are depressed there, and the majority of people are already on government benefits, and they can't get out of it. And like, I know farmers in New York and how much they struggle to continue to keep up their farm. And like, if that continues to go, they'll lose their farms, and then those farms will be bought by some corporate company who's going to take quality goods and then make them shittier and mass produce them, and then, again, hurt the quality of our food and this good ecosystem that we've built over here in all the years of farming. It's not good. It's like, and he didn't do the thing he said. Like, he didn't tax billionaires at all. He just took money from someone else. Like, if you run a campaign on taxing billionaires, and then the second the billionaires say they're going to leave and you start to fold, then why did people vote for you? He's just playing games. It's not right.
Yeah, and I'll look more into it, but I reckon there's got to be some other thing in there as well. Like, it's like it's like, I guess, like the fact that it's like opens the, like, with this dual kind of held thing of like that he's doing this, but also he's like, he's not taxing them, but he is taxing them.
He hasn't taxed them,
which is but that line that you said is the line that I see on Twitter and stuff as well, of like that opening line of like that he it's these like beliefs that can't be held simultaneously, like there's like a dissonance in the beliefs of what he's doing, and so I'm very sus about the truth of it, just because it's like, like, you can't hold both those things at the same time.
He hasn't done it yet. That's the problem. Like, there's like, it hasn't happened. He promised all these things and then said where he was going to get the money, and then didn't get the money from where he said. And he just decided to hurt other good, hardworking people, like, to bail them out. It's like a classic, like, Daddy, I need some money. Can you send me $10,000 right now, please. Like, that's all it is. It's like, that's what he learned growing up. Like, grew up in like a really expensive apartment in New York City. His parents were like in Hollywood. He was in movies, making rap videos, like not really working like a real job. You know, it's
Mamdani
like,
was a rapper.
yeah,
Really?
yep. He made
I want to
videos.
see a Mamdani rap.
Yep. He rapped and made videos and things like that. He's just like a character. You know, his wife is the classic Brooklyn privilege. Like, I want to pretend like I'm poor, but I'm actually super rich, and I have a ton of privilege, but I'm gonna act like I have, every disadvantage in life that's possible. Like, they one time, like, what was it? They leaked her like Spotify. Spotify. Let me find it. Yeah, they leaked her Spotify once, and she had a playlist on her pro-Palestine Spotify playlist, and it was reportedly titled "Hungry but Sexy for Palestine."
Hungry but sexy for Palestine.
Yep. It's like, imagine that type of person. Like, it's like,
I
okay,
saw that.
you're making light of this stuff. You're joking around about it. You don't actually live or experience any of this stuff, but it's hungry, but sexy for Palestine. It's fierce. It's that's a
Man,
true
that
act.
doesn't seem that bad either. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't like what. That just seems like a.
It's a certain type of character. It's like these people who are like wealthy and entitled, and they have like a dad who works in an investment fund, but then they go and they role play like that they're broke and they live in Brooklyn, and they pretend like, they go through all these struggles and everything else like that. And then you find out like their parents pay for their entire rent and their entire life, and they just role play like a person who doesn't have anything. And then they're always like complaining about like how fucked up the world is and this and that, but like they've never actually like worked a real job or like gone through any of the struggles themselves. It's like a classic thing you see in New York. It's the worst breed of human. I hate it. And then it's like they'll pretend like they're supporting a group, but they've never actually talked to anyone from that group. It's like really ridiculous.
I mean, I'm very pro the I definitely feel on that side of being, Palestine. I think has copped it pretty hard, but I don't think it's like offensive to that name doesn't,
I think it's making like fun of it. It's like very making light of it. Like, hungry but sexy for Palestine. That's like being like, oh yeah, like I'm starving, but girl, I'm skinny. Like, I look good, I'm skinny. It's like, okay, like, yeah, but people are actually starving, and what are you doing about it? Oh, I made a playlist about it. I'm supporting them. And it's like, well, why don't you try to give up some of your own money, or go do some mission work, or like, I don't know, like do something to actually help them, like go pass a bill, like go out there and bring aid to them yourselves. Like, oh, but I did everything. I
But I
said,
swear there was something about Mamdani where he did try and do something. People were like, oh, but it's like a mayor doing something about like, it just seems whatever he does it's like, that's not a New York issue. That's a international, like no place to be commenting on Palestine, Israel, like stuff. I don't know. Yeah. It just seems like no matter what side of it, he gets attacked from both sides of like, like, oh, you're doing too much of this or not enough of that exact same thing.
Yeah.
Which it's hard you can't hold both sides of that.
Yeah.
And that is the theme of what I see on Twitter about him.
Well, what he's done for Palestine is he's done some executive actions. So he canceled the anti BDS policies, which is boycott, divestment, and sanctions in New York, protecting the constitutional rights of activists and city employees to exercise free speech and boycott campaigns targeting the Israeli government. Yep. He's done not on our dime. So during his tenure, he
didn't pay for the.
So during his tenure in New York Assembly, Mondani introduced a legislation to block New York charities from funding illegal Israeli settlements in the West Bank. And then he did the ICC and leadership stances. So he publicly stated that he would honor ICC arrest warrants and have Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu arrested if he ever visited New York City.
I mean, all of that seems pretty good.
Yeah. Not bad. But
there was something as well about just the other day about some parade or something, some Israeli parade, and he didn't attend it, and everyone was up in arms that he didn't attend it. But like, it was also like he didn't attend any of the he doesn't attend the fucking Congolese rally or whatever either, or the it's like it was something that was like that people were attacking him about it.
Yeah, I don't know. He has some things I don't really like though. Like, he basically denounced Hamas's attacks as war crimes, and like, I still think Hamas and the people of Palestine aren't the exact same thing. Like, yes, there's a lot of people who join Hamas from there, but at the same time, Hamas is a known terrorist organization. And
he didn't denounce the October 7th attacks as a war crime, did you say?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was specifically on the attacks, but he was not denouncing Hamas attacks as war crimes. And well,
it depends what you mean. So that was obviously a war crime, or like the October 7th thing. But I mean, if it's just shooting at people that are shooting at you, then that's not a war crime. That's just I don't know. We got to get into that meeting.
Yeah. I was gonna say one other thing. The last thing I was gonna say is that is very interesting. Is I don't like anyone who denounces the crimes of Hamas, because one of the things that New York City is built on is gay values and LGBTQ values. And in those same worlds, you can't basically have Hamas and LGBTQ exist, because the people of Hamas literally believe in stoning and killing gay people. And it's if you basically support both sides, what you'll have is a constant fighting that goes on, because one group basically says this thing can't exist and the other group wants to exist. And so it's very dangerous to support both and say that you can have both.
I disagree there though, because so I mean, if you have you can have groups that have fucked up opinions, but if there was say if America got invaded and the ultra right of the the ultra Christian movement, who has similar views about there's similar that homosexuality is a sin that's deserving of death kind of views, if you had them defending the country, they're hold a fucked view, but defending the country isn't fucked. It's and you can hold both of those things, I think, simultaneously. You can say, obviously there's problematic views in them, and they're probably a pretty fucked organization. Any ultra religious organization is pretty fucked. But occasionally ultra religious organizations happen to be on the right side of something, a broken clock is right twice a day. And just because they're shit with their religious, zealotry, like doesn't mean that everything they're doing is fucked. You know what I mean? Like it's like if a group is defending against an invasion, then that's that element of it isn't bad. Like they've done terrible things that aren't that. But yes, like you don't have to agree with like everything they're doing to go like it's okay that they're doing this thing, or like that this act of defiance wasn't a terrorist attack or whatever. That like they've done terrorist attacks. They have horrible views on horrible religious based views, but not everything they do is fucked. Like Israeli, like they have heinous, like they're committing a genocide, but not everything Israel does is fucked. Like they make medicine, and they like it's like you can't say that like that's like there's like so many things that they would do, just like they're just people, like it's like they do heinous things, but they are at the end of the day just just people, and people can do messed up shit, but those same people can actually be all right too in other ways.
Yeah, I'm very in between on everything, because it's like I want to preserve some of the rights we have, and I also want to help people as well. I just want to make sure that like the things we aren't letting in take away from like the groups that we've already helped out and like brought in further along, and it's like a very delicate balance, and it's like, how do you really maintain that without it getting out of hand? And a lot of time I feel like it ends up getting out of hand before it ends up being maintained properly. It's kind of hard to have like those two worlds exist at the same time. But
I mean, I very much, it's not gay rights that, like, at least if it's anything like the movement here that's anti-Muslim, or anti, like religious, Muslim as a religion kind of thing. They're not anti-religion or anti-zealotry. They're just anti-Muslim, and they like might use occasionally arguments about like, oh, but gay people would get thrown off a building there or whatever. It's like, but you would do that too. It's like you literally like it's like they're the same. They're normally religious zealots of Christians that are saying it. It's like fucking the same. You're like, you're both terrible. I mean, in that way, like, but they're also fucking just people. I wouldn't wish them harm. Those people, they're just a bit daft with some of their views about.
I think the turning point really is assimilation, right? Like, kind of coming to like a new world and new terms of things, like. And as long as people can actually assimilate and like come to a new terms and respect each other's freedoms, then it's okay. But if you want to keep old world values and stuff
isn't that a bit like assimilate and respect everyone's freedom to choose what they want to do? That's a like a contradiction. That if you're respecting people's freedom about what they want to do, then they don't have to assimilate, except in the way of respecting freedom about what they want to do.
Well, as long as it doesn't encroach on other people's values, like that's where it draws the line. Like, you could believe one thing, but don't go out there and slaughter people for believing in something else.
Absolutely.
And don't think it's your God-given right too either,
Yeah. Oh, anyone that thinks it's a God-given right to do anything is a bit.
And that's where you get into the extremist part. But all right, we'll end this here and get on to the next call. I'll see you guys. Take